Okay, so I just decided to start a video blog, and I think I'm gonna be doing this maybe once a week. Hopefully, someone will hold me to that to keep me motivated to do it. I have all sorts of ideas about these sorts of things, but I never, I would say never, but I don't always follow through with them. I do have a blog. I write in it on the regular, but I probably could be a little more active on it. So I don't know. I thought this would be something fun to start, especially since I'm going to have a lot going on. Namely, I'm going back to school. I'm starting a master's degree in philosophy from LSU, from Louisiana State University, and it should be fun. It should be a lot of work, probably more work than I've ever had to do in school. I've never really been one to have to study or do much work outside of the classroom. But I'm sure that, at this level, at the graduate level, I'll have to put forth some effort. I'm definitely going to be reading a lot. I'm going to have to, obviously go to every grad seminar meeting, having read a ton of material. So it's going to definitely be more reading in a small amount of time than I've ever done before for work or for pleasure. So yeah, looking forward to that. And I thought this video blog would be something that's fun to do between reading assignments since I'm going to be so locked down. And also a way to meet people online and interact with people outside of my program to get, different perspectives on the subjects that I'm going to be reading about. Again, this is a master's degree in philosophy, and my range of philosophical interests is pretty wide. I like I like topics on both ends of the analytic continental spectrum, um, namely philosophy of science, phenomenology, philosophy of art and music, and just a bunch of different things. Philosophy of mind. Uh, Honestly, and there's a lot more. Philosophy of language. I'm going to be minoring in linguistics, actually. So I'm going to be getting a lot of philosophy of language, I'm sure. So yeah, I guess this blog will be, or vlog rather, will be a good way to meet people who have similar interests to me and have different perspectives on the issues that I'll be researching. Leading up to the MA, well, I took a couple of years off after my undergrad. I did a little bit of traveling. Ended up doing a lot more reading and writing than I ever had in school, just out of pure enjoyment. I think with philosophy, it's wise to take some time off between degrees. It's not so wise to dive right into a graduate program after your undergrad, unless, of course, you want to be a professor, you want to teach, and you know exactly the type of research you're going to do. I think that's a rare breed of person that takes a certain level of conscientiousness, speaking of one's personality, that I think many philosophy majors probably don't have. From a psychological point of view, I think many philosophy majors, tend to be, or actually must be, it's a requirement that they must be very open to ideas. So that has to do with the, intellect side of personality trait openness. And very often they like exploring those broad topics at the expense of the details and at the expense of sometimes hard work. So yeah, I think philosophers are very open, very intelligent, but not always so conscientious, not always so hardworking. So I think likewise for me, I've never had to work very hard in school. I was in a gifted program when I was a kid, which kind of like gave me a weird perspective on myself at a very early age, being taken out of class and like being told that there was something different about me. They never really pinpointed exactly what that was. I think maybe, you don't want to blow a kid's head up when he's younger and tell him that he's smarter than everyone, but I didn't necessarily even think that I was smarter than anyone else, at least not in the conventional sense. Um, but smartness and cleverness and then intelligence, I think, are different things, and maybe I can explore that in another video. But yeah, I think back to what I was talking about, and in it being wise to take some time off before diving into a graduate program in philosophy. I think that's mainly because a philosophy graduate degree is not a professional degree like a law degree or a medicine degree. Philosophy is what you make of it. And of course, there are certain errors that you can commit along the way. So, in a sense, there is a right way to do it and a wrong way to do it. But it's not going to lead right into a job like some of those other professional degrees. So it's important to take some time off, have some time for yourself, and sort of, if you love it, set it free. And if it comes back to you, it's yours. Because I think in that sense, it's maybe even more important for you to realize that you are right for philosophy rather than it being right for you. And that's sort of it's sort of like an ego death process that you have to go through in that time off. Realizing like the world doesn't revolve around you, no matter how intelligent you might be. Not everyone is going to take kindly to your ideas, especially if they're different from convention. And of course, many philosophers are very creative individuals, and they have their own ideas. And it's a constant struggle learning how to communicate those ideas in a way that your everyday person can, one, understand, and two, make use of in the world. And so it's important to be grounded in that way. And so I've taken these 2 years off, and philosophy came back to me because I do have many interests outside of philosophy itself. I'm not an ivory tower type thinker, although as a side note, I think there is a lot of value in armchair philosophy, and again, maybe I'll explore that in another video. But that's not really what I'm setting out to do. I want to make philosophy useful, and I also want to communicate to others why philosophy is important and totally relevant today. And I mean, given the state of of world politics and world economy, philosophy and good reasoning is perhaps more important now than ever, at least ever in recent history. I think we're nearing a paradigm shift in many different areas of our culture, and so yeah, MA in philosophy, about to start it, and I hope this vlog rather, will also serve as a weekly update on what I'm doing, what I'm researching, and types of conversations I'm having, and hopefully that'll spark more conversations online. That would be a lot of fun, I think. So anyone who's interested in watching, I'm willing to interact with you, and hopefully some people on YouTube will hold me accountable and hold me to continue this vlog throughout my MA program and beyond. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching.